we're back. It's Monday, the 5th of February, and we are on our way to Chichester to wrap a Aquador. We actually planned to go to this one on the 5th of January. Boys attended the boat, but they found out it wasn't quite ready to be wrapped, and this is quite frustrating, this one, because we have been to this boat already. We've set up a load of scaffolding and everything like that, and I've had 3 chaps stand around for a morning and waste a morning's worth of work because the owner and the preparation chap who carried out the initial prep work said it was all ready to go and it wasn't. And then there's been backwards and forwards for over a month of the plan to move forward. I've said to the owner that there is additional fees to be invoiced because of a wasted journey, because obviously we're travelling for over an hour down to Chichester, erecting some scaffold, cleaning a boat down to find the boat wasn't ready after his communication and clarification to say that the boat was ready to be wrapped, to find that it wasn't. So he's refusing to pay the additional fees, which is a problem. I mean, we are going to continue to carry out our part of the job, which is to wrap the boat, and then we'll sort the slight issue of our wasted trip at a later date, because at the end of the day, if the client is saying the boat is ready to be wrapped after guidance from us to say this is what's required to be done, and he's ignoring our guidance, and then we turn up to the boat and can't actually produce a good enough job because the preparation work isn't up to scratch, then someone's got to be held liable for that and account for our time, which is only fair. So it'd be interesting to see what everybody else thinks in terms of owner's point of view and trade point of view. So if you're the owner, if you've said that you would organise the preparation work yourself and use the people who look after your boat, and you've emailed me to say your boat is ready to be wrapped and it's not ready to be wrapped, and then I send the boys down to wrap the boat, and from my point of view, who's going to pay for that allocated time, which was for that morning on the 5th of January? It's as a business owner, every hour in the day for every staff member is valuable, and at the moment there's not enough hours in the day. We're fully booked basically till the middle of March. So yeah, Easter's fast approaching, which is a big deadline for all marine businesses, because obviously that's the start of the season and everybody wants their boat back in the water by then. So it's taken us a whole month to get back to this boat, as we originally meant to wrap this at the start of January, and this was meant to be the first boat wrap of the year. Since then we've done over 9 or 10 boat wraps. I think this is number 10. So yeah, it's fast paced. We've got loads of other bits going on. We've got a load of signage to do back in the office, which is being printed up. We've got stripe jobs. We've got all the bread and butter jobs that are being done. But it's just a shame, really, because this client, you know, we're not having the best experience with this client because obviously there's been a month's worth of backwards and forwards, and you know, there are certain things which need to be clarified at a later date, but we're just going to keep going because otherwise his boat's not going to be wrapped, and obviously we can't have a boat going back in the water looking like a load of patchwork where there's loads of filler all over the place and it all being sanded back. But hopefully it's all ready now and it's ready to go. But yeah, we'll just get this one cracked out. It's going from navy blue to a beigey sort of creamy colour, and then rest of the week we've got a southerly, which is custom printed colour. So we tried to get a colour match from all the swatch books, from all our vinyl suppliers, but we couldn't get a colour match to the original gel coat, and so we've custom printed this one in a solid block blue, and that one's going to look really cool. It'll just look like for like. And then we've got a Arxon 30 down in Universal Marina next to the office, which we will get re-wrapped. That one was wrapped previously, but the wrap job wasn't done by us and it wasn't up to scratch. And Arxon, we now do all their work, which is amazing. Have asked us to re-wrap the boat, which is really good. So that's a hull wrap and a roof wrap. And then we've got a load of stripe jobs down in Swanwick on a Pearl 62, and we've got loads of other little bits which need to be done by Friday for Friday handovers from all the brokers. So that's things like names and just doing small little decals and logos on boats. So yeah, fast-paced week. Weather looks good. Well, it looks a bit marginal, to be fair. So we'll just juggle a few things around, and the main thing is that we don't have any hull wraps, which we're doing this week, launching either this week or next week. So if anything overruns because of the weather, then we have a little bit of time to play catch up. But obviously next week we have another full week. So yeah, let's see how we get on with this boat down in Chichester to start off with, and hopefully it all goes to plan this time. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what everybody thinks about who's accountable for the time wasted for our trip to Chichester, especially after we've had clarification from the owner to say boat is all ready to go, boat's being prepared, and yeah, turn up to the boat and the boat's not prepared. So frustrating one really, but let's get this one wrapped up and good to go back in the water. So we've made it down to the Aquador down in Chichester. We're all signed in. We've just cleaned it all down now, and as you can see, a dull gel coat blue boat, and we will be wrapping it in a beigey vanilla colour. We've got the tower and the 2 hop-ups out. They've actually moved the boat slightly and lowered it down for us. So yeah, we've cleaned it all down. We're going to pin it all up next. You can see Ash just behind us, just giving it the final wipe over, and then we'll get all the material all pinned out, ready to go. And each side should probably take about 3 hours to do. We've got to lay it, and then we've got to trim it all up around all the windows and everything like that. But as you can see, it's a dull blue, and all the repair works which have been done, still not perfect, but client said he's happy with it, are ready to go. Bit of sanded through here, so we'll have to bring the vinyl lower just to cover all this. But as you can see, it's very dull in places and thin. A lot of people will say that it will all polish up, which may be the case, but that's only a temporary measure, whereas a wrap you don't have to polish. And obviously he's going for a colour change, but if he went like for like, he wouldn't have to polish that blue, which is the biggest benefit of a wrap. So yeah, a lot of people like the low maintenance. So as you can see, we've pinned it all up. So we haven't actually stuck anything yet. We've pinned everything up in position. It's quite windy, so material's flapping around a bit. We've secured it all in place. So Ash and I will now lay it, get all the windows and bottom line all trimmed up, and then we should be ready to go. But yeah, it's a windy one here down in Chichester. So that is the first side nearly complete. We've got it all laid down. Ash has done a great job here in the wind. It's been wind, rain, a bit of everything really. So what we've done is we've laid it all. We've tucked in the top edge so no water can get in behind it and affect the adhesive. So we know we've got a good bond to the boat. And now we're going to move around to the other side, get the other side wrapped in the vanilla colour, and then yeah, and then I'll disappear off, leave Ash to trim it all up, get it all finished off, and then return a bit later in the week to do the stripe near the anti-foul called the boot line, and then also the bit around the back. So yeah, as you can see, it's all laid down here. Ash is just working on the front, doing a good job. So this is the bit which takes the time, so it only took us about an hour to lay the panel, but we've obviously got to trim around all the portholes, tuck all the bottom in, get that all cut on a nice edge under there, just to make sure the gel line is all hidden, so where it goes from blue to white. And then yeah, give it all a good heat down. We've done a cut all up in there to start with, and then yeah, we'll trim around all the portholes and everything like that. But we'll just move around the other side now, and then as you can see, we just need to do under the small bathing platform here, and we cover every area. Not a lot of companies do that, so yeah, we just make sure every bit of blue is covered. And then yeah, next off is the starboard side. So as you can see, there's still a bit of damage here. This is just gel coat. Give it all a good clean down. See, that repair's been sorted. And then we've got Ash here again, just doing his area on the bow. And then yeah, we're just starting the starboard side now. Final wipe down, and then it's good to go. We've laid the wrap cut here. So this is, we lay this bit of tape here all along the length of the boat, 5mm down from the gel line, and then that just means we can pull a bit of string out inside that tape, which means we don't have to cut on the boat or put any blades because the string cuts it. I'm sure you guys can hear it's windy in Chichester, and there's a lot of boats out the water here. So we're sheltered on the starboard side, but the port side wasn't too great. So we are down in Emsworth Yacht Harbour today. It's Tuesday. Yesterday was a good day where we finished off the Aquador down in Chichester, and today we are wrapping the Sealine 38. It's a 2-day project, and we've already done a day, so we've got another 2 days left to do, where we're going to apply the blue, replicate the stripes and all the logos and everything like that, so it all looks original. This one's actually quite a different wrap in some terms, so we've actually had to do a custom print on the wrap where we've had to match the colour of the gel coat, playing around with loads of different Pantones and round numbers and everything like that. Made a load of tweaks and then come back to the boat, did a long run of print for both sides, and now we're ready to get it all wrapped. So this one isn't a standard off the roll colour, it is a fully custom wrap, but it is one solid colour, which is quite a hard technique to achieve on a printer. So we're around the back here on the transom. Chris has already made a start last week on this one when we got a bit of break between the rain showers, and as you can see behind me there's a couple of areas which haven't been done and then have been done, but it's a good place to show you what's achievable by a wrap and what's possible, and the effect in which it can create in terms of making the boat look new again. But as we take a look, he's completed all this area down here, which is the fiddly area. So in fact this bit here takes longer to wrap than the side of the boat, just because it's all so intricate and everything like that. But as you can see, we've gone around all the handles nice and neat. The handles can't come out on this one because we can't access behind, but as you can see, the gloss in which is achievable is far better than the faded gel coat which is down here. And as you can see, it's not a thin gel coat, it's just hard to manage, where the client will be polishing this up every few months if he wanted to keep this sort of finish. This is all custom printed and everything like that, but if we just move around the starboard side, you can just see the state of what the boat is in terms of how it's been presented to us, which isn't bad for one which we've come back to. Still, we're just going to make the owner's life a lot easier than just polishing it. But this side is the sunny side, which is the side which has taken the hit the most. So we're now on stage 2 of the Sealine wrap. We've given it a good clean down, degreased the whole surface, got rid of any sort of marks and everything like that. And as you can see behind me, Chris and Ash are now laying the vinyl down. We've mapped it all out in terms of where the vinyl's going to sit. So we've pinned it all out along the length of the boat, all in one piece, and then they're going to work backwards and forwards to get it all stuck, and then, which is the quick bit, and then the long bit is just trimming it all up nicely, and that's where the detail is, and that's what is the difference between a good wrap and a bad wrap. The easy bit is actually laying the vinyl flat with no bubbles or creases or anything like that, and then the devil's in the detail, where we do all the quality work, where we trim it all up nice and tight around all the fittings. But as you can see, Ash is working towards the stern and Chris is working towards the bow, and it's quite easy to lay it all flat. And we've achieved a really glossy finish here in this custom print. So this is one of one. As you can see, Ash is just working up and down, working his way towards the back of the boat, and then Chris is just working towards the bow. So this is where it looks really hard, and then he just applies tension in certain directions just to lay it flat. So your hand-eye coordination needs to be really good in this sort of job. Using both hands to work backwards and forwards, and it's actually blowing about 30 knots here today. So all the vinyl's blowing all over the place, but nothing's going to stop us wrapping this boat today. So you can see the difference here. That's the vinyl, not even been laid yet, and then this is the faded gel coat. So this is what the boat looked like originally, its gloss effect, and then that's how it ends up every winter after a season's use, faded gel coat. So it's Wednesday morning, we're down in Swanwick Marina. The plan has changed a bit. We've had a few more jobs come in literally in the last couple of days for the boat show next week up in Boat Life at the NEC in Birmingham. and we've got to wrap 3 boats for them before Tuesday. So the back end of this week, those projects have been shifted around a bit due to the weather, and behind us here we're working on the Pearl 60, where we're changing the stripes from maroon to gloss black, which you can see the boys cracking out this morning. And then just behind us we've also noticed a boat which we wrapped about a year ago, a Sealine SC35. We wrapped this in a zinc metallic colour, and as you can see it all still looks really good. So we just spotted this Wellcraft V355 out the water here in Swanwick, and yeah, we're just looking over the wrap and it all still looks good. We wrapped this one probably 18 months ago now, and as you can see it's all held up really well. It all still looks glossy, and it's it's actually for sale with Sea Ventures. So if this is a bit of you, just make the phone call to Sea Ventures. So I've headed down to Portland, which is just the other side of Weymouth, just to do a check-up on a wrap which we completed a couple of weeks ago, just as part of the quality control, and to apply the final boat name to the transom on the door. And then this one will all be signed off, but as you can see we've wrapped this one in gloss white with a gloss blue band across the top. This is just like for like. The current owner was a bit tired of polishing and everything like that with the upkeep, so we've just freshened this one up, and as you can see it's nice crisp white and a nice shiny blue. Low maintenance option again, but yeah, he's chuffed to bits with it, and as you can see it's all looking really good. It's just got a bit of dirt from all the weather the last couple of weeks, but as you can see it's nice and shiny. Also added the small boot line just down the bottom here, and then we've also replicated the Voyager 40 decals as original, and then as you can see I've just pinned up the boat name there, just waiting for the sign off from the client, and then as soon as he does that and says he's happy, I'll be sticking that one, which should only take a couple of minutes, but I'll walk you through how that's all done. The main things we look for is around the fittings, how it's all trimmed up and that all looks good. So we're just sticking the boat name here. The client's all happy with everything. So what we'll do is we've tacked it all up in position, measured it all square to the door. And yeah, we know the name is straight. We just got to stick it on now. So it's still got the backing liner on it. And what we'll do is we'll apply the graphic now and just show you how easy it is to stick a boat name. And yeah, we'll get it all stuck down and nicely put on. So what we'll do is we'll create a hinge point on either 4 edges. We've picked the left side, and what we'll do is we'll just brush over with our squeegee here just to make sure all the lettering is stuck down to the masking, so it's almost like masking tape. And then what we'll do is we'll peel the backing liner off, just leaving the letters stuck to the masking, and then we'll squeegee it all down nice and flat, and then hopefully there's no bubbles to pop. So we've got our backing liner off now, and then this is our reference point here to match the masking point on the paper, so we know it's straight. So we've pinned it all in position, and then we simply just work up and down, working our way from left to right, making sure there's good adhesion between all the letters. And you see this all carries on flat, meaning that we know our mark is all nice and straight. And then this is in the same navy blue as the stripe, so it all ties in. We've replicated all the logos and everything like that, so we know it's all nice and straight. As you can see, that is all nice and good for the client on the back door. So I've just signed out at Portland Marina. We've just finished the boat name on Briar Rose, and I've just come across the boat we actually did some PPF on just before the boat show. This one's a bit different, so it's a protective wrap, but it's got a gloss carbon effect within the film. So yeah, let's just take a look at it quick. I'll just explain what it is. And as you can see, it's got carbon fibre effect within the weave of the protective wrap. It's quite a wet boat, but you can just about pick it up. Just defines all the lines within the Quarken brand, makes it look a bit more sporty, but wrap's still holding up well. It's good to see. So it's Thursday morning, I'm down in the studio in Universal Marina just prepping the graphics up for today. We've actually got quite a big day today and tomorrow just to finish off the week. The weather is currently raining pretty bad, so what we've done is we've got the boats which we're wrapping for Boat Life, which is Adam Jones's boat, Will Parkinson's boat, and then we've also got another boat for Suzuki to wrap. We are prepping all the graphics now in the office and then heading over to Swanwick Marina where they've kindly put us up in a tent. And then we'll be writing a van this morning also for Marina Marbella. So we'll get that van all cracked out nice and quick and then we'll be heading over to Hasla. But I'm here in the office just prepping up all the graphics over here on the plotter. It's just scoring out all the lettering for the Marina Marbella truck, and then I'll be putting it on the table to weed out and everything like that. So it's just basically machines on, ready to go, and yeah, prep work is fully underway for today. That's me nearly all finished up prepping the Marina Marbella truck. As you can see, we've partly made all the graphics here, so it comes off the cutter, which I've just shown you, and it scores out all the lettering. And then I've got to peel away the excess to reveal all the logo and then pick out all the bits of detail to make it all look finished. And then it's all taped up, taken down to the other unit and then applied. This is just the white text being plotted, and then I'll do exactly the same, but I'll just show you how it's all weeded out quickly. So as you can see, each letter has been scored, and then I've got to go along picking out all the middle of all the letters, such as O's and A's. All the palm tree has to be picked out, all the detailing and everything like that, and then we get it all taped up and it's ready to go. So that's everything picked out and weeded, and as you can see, it looks completely different to when it was originally scored out on the plotter, and you can completely define what is what now. So you've got the Marina Marbella logo there, contact details there, Sea Ray logos there, and then another one for the back windscreen there. So this will make up the whole of the truck graphics, and then Chris is just applying some stripes to it now just to finish it all off, and then these will all be overlaid. But as you can see, all the logos are picked out. So I've made it down to Swanwick Marina where the boat care team are really looking after us. They've saved the day by putting us up in a tent, so we're still on wrap number 1 of 3. So we've still got the Squidward wrap to complete and Adam Jones's boat, which should be arriving shortly. But behind me here we've got Will Parkinson's team All Salt, powered by Suzuki, and as you can see, we've stripped the old wrap off, which we did previously a couple of months ago, and then we're just giving it a new update and a new lease of life again, just for Boat Life in Birmingham next week. And as you can see behind me, Chris and Ash are smashing it out. We are laying all the matte black here, which we've started to do. We've started off by wrapping all these bumpers first, and then as you can see, we're going matte black all the way forward here. We're doing it in sections because we've got weld lines and everything like that. We've wrapped all this side ready for the branding tomorrow, but it's all looking good. So it's now Friday morning. I'm now heading back over to Swanwick Marina just to check in on how the guys have got on this morning. It's currently 8 o'clock and they started at 7. It's currently still wet as normal. Another day, another wet day, and yeah, we're just going to see if we can get the last 2 boats cracked out and then start applying the branding sort of side of things, which is all the logos and the decals for Suzuki Fishing, and then Adam Jones's boat as well, which is going to look really cool. We're actually going to be doing a few wraps for both Will and Adam throughout the year, just showing what's capable from a wrap and what's able to be achieved. So yeah, let's get some real custom designs going with those guys, and yeah, hopefully they can reach us out to a broader audience, which we're not currently capturing into and kind of stepping our feet into, because it's a massive market in terms of the fishing and the angling sort of side of things, where everybody's all about custom made everything, from whether it be the non-slip, the deck, all the new gadgets and everything like that. And I think everybody we've spoken to in terms of who's involved with that is saying, look, there's something to be tapped into there to make the most of everything and to be able to define who's who on the water when they have all these big competitions and everything like that. But yeah, we're currently 1 boat wrap down out of 3, so we've got 2 left to go, and then we've got the branding side of things. We've kind of teed ourselves up to roll this on to Monday. If it does roll over, it is Friday, so we try not to finish too late. But yeah, NEC Boat Life event with the boat show is starting on Thursday, so boats start to disappear up to there on Tuesday. So hopefully we get them all knocked out today, but if not, it's no biggie. I think everybody's kind of expecting it, but yeah, at least we're in the dry with the guys down in boat care up at Sealine Marina. So yeah.